Hello, 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 hello. Can everybody hear me? Because I was testing everybody's headphones. What's everybody saying? Yeah, yeah. Okay. Check, check. 1, 2. This is Songs to Lose Your Mind 2. My name is Sam. You know the deal. We're here with Fahad, as usual.
Hey.
We're here with Alex. What you saying?
Hi.
We're here with the most special guest of all time. How you doing, Gaba?
Ah. How you doing, man?
And obviously, the beautiful, the eclectic, the blah, blah, blah. You nigga, introduce yourself. Say hi. Hey, Roma.
You know me. I've been here a couple of times.
She been here.
Forgive my cold. This winter's been a little bit unforgiving.
Just like that.
Yeah, I guess like that, honestly. But it's okay. She's just infecting all of us here in this confined space. There's no reason to be mad at her, right? For catching a cold. You had one job. Anyway, Moyo, say hi. Special guest returning. Esteemed guest.
What's up?
Hi, what's up? Yeah, that's Moyo. Okay. And Christiana is in the studio. I don't know if she wants to say hi. She just wants to be on the sidelines. Hey, hopefully you heard that. Say that again. She said hi, yeah. So, how's everybody's week been? What have you been listening to? What has your week sounded like? Let's go around the room.
Yeah, I got a follow up from last week, right?
Please.
Because Farhad recommended Malibu Can,
Mm-hmm.
and it was good. I listened to it; it was good.
Mm-hmm.
So I just want to confirm, recommendation confirmed. Yeah, I've been listening to that. It was good.
Yeah, the Aesop Rock.
Yeah, it's a rock tobacco.
Nice. Okay, what about you, Fahad?
I don't even remember. Actually, no, I'll tell a lie. What have I been listening to this week? I've been listening to like a lot of techno music.
Okay.
Yeah, because like with techno, I've always been more like into house.
Mm.
So like I'm trying to like get out of my comfort zone and try new things. So
Mm.
I've listened to a lot of techno and I'm enjoying it.
Yeah.
I didn't think I would, but I am.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
good. I'm
Yeah.
glad. I'm glad you're out of your comfort zone.
Yeah.
I hope it was like a really spiritual process, you know, figure it
I
out
was just
yourself.
like, you know what? Man, I need some new music.
Yeah,
So
facts.
tried it. And I was like, yo, this is hard, fam.
But yeah, everybody try out some techno music.
Yeah.
Get out of your comfort zone a little bit. What about you, Moyo? What was your week sounding like?
Listening to Earl, J.I.D. album,
Nice.
Curtis Mayfield.
Curtis Mayfield is amazing. Shout out to Curtis Mayfield. Anyway, Kava?
Benny L, remix of John Holt, Police and Helicopter, which I've been listening to that on repeat this week. I'd really recommend that to people. Oh, can people hear me? Hello?
That's way better.
Hi.
Come close. We need your
Ah,
beautiful
hello.
voice. Yeah, there it is.
Never done this before, you know.
You've never done that. Yeah, that's true. I should probably a better host would have given you direction, but here we are.
Yeah, exactly. my song of the week then would probably be Police and Helicopter, Benny L remix by John Holt,
Nice.
drum and bass, and it's pretty sick tune. So I'd really recommend that one for everyone at home.
Yeah, Roma, you got something to say?
Yeah, I
Nice.
mean, I don't know how many people are gonna know about this, but I've been listening to loads of Ethiopian music, and one of the kings of Ethiopian music, Gosaye Tesfaye, dropped an album and is amazing. Me and my mum have been vibing, so that and J. Cole's single.
Yeah, middle child.
Yeah, come on.
Yeah, what do we think about the J.
I
Cole
was
single?
kind of
Can we react to that quickly?
underwhelmed by that.
Slightly. Yeah, me
Like,
too.
Unfortunately.
Yeah, you know, J. Cole
I
fans for life.
didn't even know specifically why. It sounds bad, but I don't know.
The only reason I was underwhelmed, the flow was nice. The auto tune sounded a bit cringy, and it came out of nowhere. And I was like, okay,
Yeah.
like the auto tune part of it, and I was like, ah.
I guess it felt like he was trying to update his style a little bit, but in a weird way, and it didn't work. I would rather he didn't.
Go for it.
I mean, it felt like it was just one of those quick bangers that he just dropped. It wasn't. I don't think it was one of those really serious that he put in a lot of time and effort, that kind of thing.
It's not a bad song. Yeah, it works as a burger.
Let's be real.
Yeah?
Cole, there's not gonna be a bad song from J. Cole.
No, they're bad J. Cole songs. As a huge J. Cole fan, there's
We're
some.
not having this conversation.
No, there's bad J. Cole songs. There's J. Cole songs that. No, they are bad J. Cole songs. I don't want to be that nigga.
Like what?
A bad J. Cole song? What is that?
Yo, I like Folding Clothes. Before you bring that one up, I like that song.
about to say that.
So I didn't even think of Folding Clothes, but Folding Clothes is up there.
Please,
Folding
no.
Clothes is really.
Really?
I can imagine. What is?
It's just listen, like okay, I can acknowledge that he's a good rapper. You
Okay.
know, he's saying some lyrical stuff. I can acknowledge that. It's just that I don't really want to hear this.
Half
I
of
really
Born
don't wanna hear
Sinner is
this.
kind of bad.
J.
Let's be
Cole's
honest.
never really been about what
yeah,
you want to
bunch of
hear.
them
He's
do,
never. He's not
yeah.
that guy. If he wanted to be, he could be. But he's not the guy that.
Roma, you're thinking of Post Forest Hill Drive, Jacob. Half of Born Sinner is not the one. Half of Born
This is
Sinner.
not bad.
It's not bad, but half of that album isn't great. And then like there are 3 like songs that are like, wow, this is like trash. Like I hate rich niggas. God damn it, because I ain't even had it. Not damn it, rich niggas is trash.
His last album was great though. I'll give you that.
Great.
What's it called again?
KOD.
KOD. Yeah, that was
great album.
Jacob puts out greatness consistently.
Honestly, really good
That's
album.
never. Oh, come on, you know
Don't
this.
doubt that, you know.
There's never. We're not
KOD
doubting
was
that.
worse than For Your Eyes. Yeah.
You just wasn't
No.
ready for it. I'm sorry. Maybe you don't get it. But it's
No.
not. Maybe it's not for you. Maybe
For Your Eyes Only is not a bad album for Hyde, and For Your Eyes Only is a way better
Yeah,
album
no.
than KOD.
No,
For Your Eyes
no,
Only
no,
is a
no,
better
no.
album than KOD.
For
For Your Eyes
the
Only has like.
KOD bangs, but it's a different type.
Yeah, like For Your Eyes Only has that 8-minute. People just forget because J. Cole puts out so much like shit. J. Cole had an 8-minute storytelling like banger on the end of For Your Eyes Only that was actually like a beautiful song. It resonated, it was poignant, it was a great song. The problem is,
Window pane.
no, at the actual end of For Your Eyes Only, the For Your Eyes Only song. Yeah, wait, it's the roundup to the song. The thing about J. Cole is he has some of the best songs of the year hitting with like mediocrity recently. I'm gonna be real. I really love J. Cole and he's had some great songs come out, but they always put it out with these like, yo, what the fuck is this songs on this album? The last album to me that was banger from the front to the back was Forest Hill Drive. And that's maybe it's a personal thing, but that was the last album to me that was like, okay, front to back, this album slaps. There was no like folding clothes. There was no Kevin's Heart. There was none of that shit.
I don't know about it.
Yeah, I like that.
Fair enough. There was, but it is what it is. I don't know. But we can talk about some. Yeah, should we talk about transition smoothly to Blueface? Blueface baby on the dead low.
Someone explain to me what this Blueface is, because I only know about Blackface.
What are we talking about?
Whoa. Okay. What a interesting punchline. Is that what we're taking? Yeah. Like that went on
Took a
a
left turn.
I know, right? Okay.
So basically, Blueface is an artist from the West Coast. He makes like West Coast rap, and he has a lot of buzz right now because of his flow style. Like he has a very unique flow, and like his lyrical content is very funny. So that's why he's really popular right now. So he's just released a song called Thotiana. It's like a big single.
Catch a nigga slipping.
And yeah, people really liking it. But he's got people talking about him because not everybody's a fan of his music. Not everybody thinks that he's taking hip hop in the right direction. But
Are we there already? Are we at the Lil Yachty?
no,
This
some
is
people
ruining hip-hop phase
feel
already?
that.
Is he that
Some people
big?
feel that, man.
It's not that. No, whoa.
Hip hop for Farhead.
Hey, I like Blueface.
No.
He's so fun.
No, but is anyone saying that already? Like he's already.
Yeah,
like,
man. People
the worst thing to
really feel
happen.
that. Yeah, people say, "Oh yeah, he's killing hip hop."
I've only heard people like, oh, this guy is not just trash. Like, yeah, it's really not. The guy's.
Fun, honestly. Let's have some fun, man.
Don't get me wrong. Not all his songs are great. I'm gonna be real, but the ones that bang, I agree. Like that fucking Bust Down Tatiana. It's a song with YG. It's ridiculous, and it's ridiculous in all the right ways. And YG is the perfect feature on that song, so I give that credit. But a lot of the thing with Blueface is the appeal of Blueface seems to be, and the people that always argue these kids are ruining hip hop thing. It's Blueface is liked by a lot of white guys. I think he is.
Everybody likes Blueface.
No, it's not what I mean. I mean like the sounding funny nigga, the singing and dancing, clapping nigga. Blueface reminds people of that a lot. If you watch the Breakfast Club interview, the only people you ever see Charlemagne interview with this, oh yo, so what do you do after rap? You know what I mean? This like, what's your plan after this? It's everybody thinks he's gonna fail already just based off the way he's getting hyped.
Yeah, it's like a matter of Wembley, like when will no one check for him anymore?
Yeah, exactly. And it'll probably be after the Drake feature.
But I don't think he doesn't really care. Like before,
Facts.
rap he used to be a quarterback in the NFL, and
not
he said it himself. He's just having fun. Like he gave it a try. It's working for him. I think he's gonna try and stay for as long as possible. But I think he's just having fun more than anything.
Yeah, I don't know why people. I don't know when it could turn into the worst thing in hip hop thing, like this
Niggas need to
narrative.
relax, man. Let people have fun. Go, have you seen the Blueface dance?
The
Yeah, man. Just go learn how to do that shit.
What's that?
It's like he holds onto his pants and does he drops it low and then breaks it back up. Yeah, man. Oh, he hears that shit.
Yeah.
Be hearing that shit too. Yeah, shout out to Blueface.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I agree with you though. It is nice to see young kids just having fun with
Yeah,
it.
man.
Like you can't take it too seriously. Obviously, all the old heads in the game are gonna be like, oh yeah, you're messing it up. It's never gonna be how it was. There's no quality. But I guess what people want to hear is different to what they used to want to hear.
Speaking of that, what is this weird, like, okay, I get it. We're trying to legitimize the hip hop genre, right? And we're legitimizing it in every way we can. And there's now like an almost academic outlook to hip hop. And there's that like the backpack rapper thing comes from that. Like it's a very academic, like what is hip hop? You know, everything defines the culture type thing. Like niggas can't just drop a song now. It's like, what does this mean for the culture type? I guess that's what we're feeding into here, ironically. But I know, right? But what yeah. So again?
No, I was just said that's pretty meta.
It is pretty meta, right? Yeah, mate. It is what it is. I know what's meta. Talking about how meta your show is on your show.
that is part of the process for art, like being able to analyze the art on top of it, and then like analyze the analysis almost, and just keep going like that is part of the development of it. So I think it's good for the.
I agree, but is there another analyzation thing? Like hip hop is a new genre. We have a chance to do it better than all the other genres that we do, like, where they can almost ruin it and almost make it like alienating through the academic, like the systemic, making it academic part of it.
I don't know. I mean,
Like that's kind of what happened to rock music. Rock music got too big, got too serious. Too serious and then too goofy at the same time. So we went like two almost totally different paths. Like you're either the really, really intense or you're Imagine Dragons. Like there's no middle ground no more with rock.
The thing is, with the guys like Blueface, yeah, he's not coming out saying, listen, I'm the best rapper in the world. He's not saying that I can out-rap this person, do this, do that. He said multiple times himself, he's here to have fun. So with that, you should just disregard any aspect of, hip-hop history or like what is this guy doing for the culture. Like forget about all that, just think about, have the fun.
But I mean,
even
even if he doesn't have the intentions of like making a legacy for himself or whatever it is, he's still going to be contributing to the culture whether he likes it or not. So
right,
it's kind of a case of whatever he does do, he's in the spotlight now, and it's, you know, it's a problem, but it's also it comes with its win. So whatever he does in the spotlight, whatever he puts out, all of that is going to influence the game.
I guess, but you could say that about so many other rappers. Honestly, Blueface is only one of these rappers that like doesn't rap, I guess. Wait, and Blueface does rap, it's just he has a very unorthodox style of rapping. You know, but I don't know. I see why people feel some type of way about Blueface, but honestly, I just feel like if they just forgot, put that to the side and just listen to music and had some fun, like don't forget about it, honestly.
I just want to read out a comment that says, for someone who's listening, shout out to Anton. It says, Blueface ain't new. He's a skinny, creeping E40.
Ooh.
And I kind of see the similarity.
I would say, because you're saying he's contributing to the culture, do you think he has a responsibility to contribute good shit? Or like,
I think it's two-sided. I think everyone who has that platform and has that power is going to have a responsibility, whether they kind of recognize that or not. But also you can't expect him to do whatever he's doing for anybody else's sake. Like if you're in that situation, if you're famous, you've got all of this going on, it's really hard to kind of stay true to yourself, and you can get caught up so easily in trying to please everybody else, and you're never going to win. So yeah, I guess you gotta have that integrity with yourself and make sure you're making the music that you want to make. But it's a two-sided coin.
But on a deeper level to that question, like this guy that just wants to have fun, make music, he has gained an audience, and that audience is, you know, can be influenced by his music. Does he now have, or not a right, but an obligation to show them good shit? Or is it just, let him express where he's from and where he's from?
That's kind of a loaded question anyway when you say good shit, because that's not like you can't say objectively good.
Okay, not
music,
good,
you know
positive.
What I mean? So
yeah,
I don't think he can have a responsibility to do anything, because there's nothing that is objectively good for. I mean, other than like not promoting hate crime and shit. I don't know.
Yeah, what do you think?
I think that he probably got his fan base and all of this popularity because of the way that he's doing stuff. In the same way, I guess you could compare it to politics and the way that Trump goes about politics. I'm not,
wow,
a big difference, but just the way that like. Just the way that like people find Trump really refreshing because he doesn't do politics in the way that people usually do. Maybe they want to break from that. Maybe they're sick and tired. In the same way, people could be tired of the game now, like in terms of music, and that's the refreshing shit that they want to hear.
Yeah, we've had an inside joke that Fahad hates hip
Yeah,
hop.
I'm very tired. I'm very tired.
And
But
it's
no,
perfect
when
for a
it-
hip hop show. He hates the way hip hop sounds now.
okay, I'm like an old head in a young person's body. But no, when it comes to Blueface, like he doesn't have a cult fan base. He has a fan base, yeah. But
Yeah.
this fan base, they listen to something that I call like fast food hip hop, yeah, where a lot of these guys just come, drop these couple songs, a little bit of buzz, and there's a new guy in a couple months. So there'll be a new guy in a couple months. So they're just here for a good time, not a long time, enjoying the ride, you know. Honestly,
People that took
That's
that
it.
Drake line a bit too seriously.
yeah.
You might want to have a.
That's
okay.
it.
Well, cool.
Should we get on to the main topic?
Yeah, just going to make.
feel
But we
like-
should take a break before the main topic. Play some music. Play some Juvair.
Alright,
Like
alright.
Brockhampton.
Yes.
Yeah.
Brockhampton.
banger. Blockhampton. Anyway, yeah, play some Juvair and we'll be back. And yeah, this song's Lose Your Mind too. Peace. Okay, that was No Worries Knowledge. Although if you're on YouTube, that wouldn't matter anyway. So, but just imagine No Worries Knowledge, not knowledge, No Worries. Link up. That'll be Knowledge and its Impact, and Google it. And yeah, enjoy. That song is sexy as hell. Just like one of our guests who's leaving. That was smooth, right? Transitions. Yeah. Plus to Gryffindor or to Slytherin.
You're Slytherin.
I'm Slytherin. How am I a Slytherin? Okay. Well, she just hurt my feelings, so bye.
Do
Say
you know
bye.
what? Yeah, I'm actually gonna take this opportunity. It was really nice to be on it, and thank you for having me.
No problem.
Drum and bass is not my section. This is over to you, Gabs. You handle it from here. I'm out.
Yeah.
See you later, guys. Thank you.
Get better, Roma.
Bye.
Bye.
Now we're on to the real segment of the show.
Yeah. Let's talk about drum and bass.
Let's talk about drum and
Intro-
bass.
Yeah.
Yeah,
part.
Fahad, you
Yeah.
wanna lead the
Man,
way
I've
on
got
this
so
one,
many
please?
questions.
How you doing?
I'm good. How you doing?
I'm great.
Let's
Please remind me
let's
of your
introduce
name.
who you
I'm sorry.
are first of
Gabby.
all.
Gabby, Gabba,
Fahad.
Gab, gift of the Gab,
Yeah,
whichever.
give to the Gab. I
Drop
like
your
that.
SoundCloud. Drop your SoundCloud. Quick,
SoundCloud, gift of the Gab, Instagram, gift of the Gab _01. Follow me.
Nice.
I'm not very
Get that.
famous. I need more
ASAP.
followers.
Yes.
Let's go. Let's put Essex on the map, yeah?
do it.
Let's do even more intros. Gabby is a DJ. Yes, a DJ and other things too. Master
Predominantly
student.
Master student, yeah.
G in
Yeah,
general,
yeah.
that which is a
Full-time
24-hour,
gangster,
yeah,
yeah.
full-time gangster, really out here trapping. It's 24-hour job, you know what I mean? What you
What do
say?
you predominantly mix?
Drum and bass.
So,
Predominantly
drum
drum
and
and
bass?
bass. Mostly rollers. A little bit of house. I'm
Right.
trying to do a bit more of
Yeah.
house. A lot of my friends have been asking me to do some
man.
house. Friends with a really good DJ called Tristan Nufflink, who
Right.
used to go here,
Right.
who does a lot of house, and I'm really love to do something with him soon.
Yeah.
Got one more drum and bass mix. Hopefully dropping tomorrow. Yes, I said
check that
it.
out.
Hopefully dropping
Nice.
tomorrow, and then after that, the focus is going to be house
Yeah.
for a little bit.
Yeah, honestly, because I feel like this house thing is starting to get like a little bit of popularity now.
Oh, it is.
I mean, it's always been popular, but now it's always been popular. But like, I feel like with house, there are a lot of it's predominantly DJs right now that are like really cool. Like,
yeah,
they have a very cool aesthetic, and like
absolutely,
with that, they're pushing the genre.
definitely.
So an example would be Peggy Goo. You know Peggy Goo?
okay, yeah.
So she's got a lot of fans just from like how she dresses and stuff. But like, what by doing that, she's getting so many people into the genre. And even at, like, she makes some great music, man.
Yeah,
Really-
yeah,
Really great
absolutely.
music. And I
Before
feel
we
like,
jump way into the deep end of this, because I'm so look at Fahad's eyes, Jesus, it's like fire, and I'm loving it. Yeah, I'm loving every second of this. Let's distinguish what is
Okay.
drum and bass itself. Like define drum and bass as
I'll leave it
is
to
that a
you, Gab.
weird question?
Define drum
As a
and bass.
genre, right? That makes sense, right? As a question,
That
yeah.
is a very difficult
Apart
question.
from electronic,
So,
just electronic music. Apart from
snares, a lot of snares,
Yeah.
a heavy
Kicks.
bass line, a lot of kicks, yeah. And normally, if I'm really going to get into like the logistics of it, I would say you usually have about 44 seconds or a minute and 6 seconds of build up with a drum and bass track. Then you have maybe 88 seconds to a minute and 12 seconds of drop, which would be like the equivalent of like a chorus, which is the bit that everyone's kind of, you know, going hard to, skanking out hard to. So yeah, drum and
Skanking out,
bass.
we'll define that later. But I'm loving all of
how quick
this.
is it? Like BPM?
It depends really. So like at the moment there's some really really good tracks that are like in the 86 BPM, which is really low
slow,
for
yeah,
drum and bass.
slow.
Really low for drum and bass. That's more like your liquid, your rollers. Typically anything between I'd say the 145 to the 180 BPM range is more like what you usually find. But lately it's been going lower.
Slow down.
Yeah,
Really?
yeah.
That's
Like I said, 86 BPM. One of my favorite songs right now. So yeah.
That's good.
Cool.
86 BPM is actually my favorite BPM.
Oh yeah.
And ironically, like, I'm not even joking. Yeah.
Yeah, for what?
In FL, just
Really?
decent tempo. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Need to get you
That
into
on,
some
like,
D&B
110.
then. Yeah.
Yeah, but that does sound really slow for drum and bass.
It is quite slow. It's quite slow. It's quite melodic. Kind of like in a way similar to house in the sense of the beat kind of just rolls, and that's really cool. Rather than just sort of like, you know, when you get your jump up tracks that are very, very bassy and very heavy and very quite hardcore. I prefer the more melodic stuff. You know.
You know what's great? Disco house.
Yeah, disco house is alright.
Is that what it's called? Is that the right name for it? You know what I'm talking
It's
about?
definitely a subgenre. Yeah.
Okay, so let's talk about house then.
Let's
Because
talk about house.
you hear this a lot all the time. I don't mess with house. I'm not a
No,
house
but there's
fan.
so much house that you
Exactly.
can get into, right?
And I'm like,
Great
well,
house
house is like a whole huge thing. The South African house. There's like other types of house which I've gone
Funky
blank on.
house.
Sure, exactly. So like, okay, what is house itself?
What is house?
Yeah, so like, you know what I mean, as a genre in itself.
House music is a very trippy genre of music, I'd say. Very repetitive. Not something that everybody likes, I'd say, because of that. Very bassy. And if we're talking about BPMs, usually between the 120 to the 130 range. Very similar BPM to like garage tracks and things like that. What I love about house is the amount of variety that you can get. You know, you're going back and looking at old acid house raves and the layers to that music, and then sort of like the more modern, which you could argue simpler stuff like techno, which is just one rolling beat, but it's fantastic. And that's really great. I think house is a good one. I definitely prefer my drum and bass. I find it more interesting, but I do like my house. I do like
House is great. It kind of changed the way I listen to music.
Okay.
So like I'm a lot more, what's the word, like analytical
Yeah.
when it comes to sound. Because with house, like I can like I've pinpointed that I like certain sounds, right? Especially
Yeah.
when it comes to snares and drums.
Yes.
Like, I really like 90s snares and drums. So like early acid house, like the ravey stuff. I love those drums. They're just so like distinctively 90s. So I don't know what machines they're using. 808s, 909, I don't know.
I like a little piano riff and a house tune as well. Love
even
that.
a little like soul sample. It's really good. I love house
Absolutely.
music, man. And like you said, there's so much variety to
Absolutely.
it. Like you can get something really light, happy, fun. We can get something like downright filthy. I love it.
Bit of Timberesco. Do you like Timberesco?
I don't know who Timberesco is.
Timberesco is
Yeah?
fantastic.
Oh, you
Definitely.
need to put me on. You need to put me
Definitely,
on.
absolutely, Timberesco.
Yeah,
Well,
house is a great genre, man.
Talking about how listening to house influenced your bigger taste in music, what is the influence of house in music, would you say?
It's definitely influenced pop to like a huge level. Think about Calvin Harris. So that man, by
Yeah.
the way, is like a music legend. Although he makes, I'm not really a fan of the songs he makes now, but he's been doing a lot for the culture.
That album was really good though.
The one
Yeah.
where But let's use him as an example. Like he's taken that house sound and given like a commercialized version, and like it's not. You may like, you may not dislike, you may dislike it. It's just that you can tell he's definitely been influenced by house music, you know, and he's kind of like changed it and polished it a bit and given it to the wider audience, and people like it.
Made it more accessible, I'd say, to
Yeah.
people who are more into like mainstream music. You know, getting
Exactly.
people like Florence and the Machine to sing on a track with you.
Yeah. Dua Lipa.
Yeah,
all
exactly.
those
And,
people.
and that's bringing people to listen to things that I suppose is sort of house. Yeah, in a way.
Exactly.
I'd say a good equivalent would be like for drum and bass would be Chase and Status.
Yeah.
Chase and Status have been really good for like mainstreaming drum and bass and bringing in artists. So I'd say
When I was like new to drum and bass, they were like some of the first people I listened to.
absolutely. Yeah,
I
me
really,
too.
really
I would
liked them.
say Chase and Status.
Especially their first album, More Than a Lot.
Oh
Was it
yeah,
More Than a
okay,
Lot?
yeah. I like
Was it
No
some-
More Idols.
No, that's a good
That's
album.
really good
That's
album.
one Blind Faith.
Yeah,
and,
No Problem.
Yeah. I like that album because it was really lo-fi down tempo. There was a song on it called Running. Do you
Yeah,
remember
yeah,
that one?
yeah,
Great
yeah.
song. Great song. Yeah, shout out to Chase Status, man.
Yeah, love Chase and Status.
Changed a lot
Yeah.
of people's musical tastes. I've got a question for you, Gab.
Go
So, what were the artists that got you into like house and drum and bass, like from a young age?
Okay, so to be honest, I didn't actually listen to a lot of D&B growing up.
Right. What did you listen to?
I'll be honest with you, a lot of garage. I was
Yeah,
into
me
like
too.
Mystique, you know.
No
I
way.
loved Mystique, and then
Really?
like Artful Dodger, DJs like
Yes.
Artful Dodger, Sunship, I loved. And then when I started to get into drum and bass and jungle, Aphrodite,
Right.
who dropped an incredible album the year I was born, 1995.
Right.
And my dad actually had that on vinyl. And when I eventually said, "Oh, Dad, I listen to drum and bass now," he said, "This is one of the best drum and bass albums ever, and it was made the year you were born. I think you should listen to it." And Aphrodite is just somebody I absolutely, I think he's a god, a musical genius. Really? So I'd say Aphrodite is one. Yeah. Brocky, Randall, all like old school people, and then as well, I did like my jump up, so I did listen to a lot of Mackie G when I first like got into drum and bass, but not so much now.
Not so much, yeah.
Yeah.
What are you looking for? What's a good drum and bass song to you? What are you listening for musically? Yeah, like what? I don't know. I don't know if that even makes sense as a question. But
it is a very difficult question.
Yeah. Okay. So what makes is it easier to ask what makes a bad drum and bass song?
What makes a bad drum and bass song? Too much jump up. You know, something that kind of just sounds like noise. Like to me, bad drum and bass sounds like you've walked into a factory and all the machines aren't working and you're trying really hard to like get them all to work at the same time and you're like failing terribly. When it sounds like that, that's bad drum and bass. But when it kind of sounds like just a nice rolling beat, kind of like, you know, stones rolling down a mountain, kind of everlasting, that to me is a good drum and bass song.
Oh, it's a great description. That worked very well. So what are you looking for in a drum and bass song?
Me, drum and bass? I don't know. I've always had an ear for instrumental melody. So that's why I like liquid drum and bass so much, because like, I just love melodies. So I don't know, something melodic, but at the same time with like chords I haven't really heard before. Because like my criticism of a lot of electronic music is that they use a lot of similar chords.
Yeah.
And a lot of it does sound very similar, but if you do look hard enough, you can find some other shit. Some other shit. But I don't know, like it's like you said, it is a bit of a difficult question. It's just that I know I like melodies a lot, and I like percussion. Like if your drum noises and kicks, snares are right, then I'm probably gonna like it.
I agree.
Probably gonna like it.
Yeah.
Shit.
I got another question.
Go on.
For it.
So how long have you been DJing for?
Oh, only about March last year,
Really?
actually, believe it or not.
Yeah?
That's when
You
I got my
enjoying it?
first pair of decks. I love it.
Yeah, I can imagine.
I love it. To have a creative outlet is so important. For all sorts of things, for your mental health, for your outlook on life, and also because art speaks to people, you know, art, aesthetics, music, and to be able to put a little piece of your soul out there for others to listen to, and just, you know, one of your friends to turn around and be like, "Oh, Gab, you know, that was sick."
Yo, you put me onto this
Yeah,
song.
yeah. That I love
that.
it. It's one of the best things about who I am, really, to be honest. As corny as that might sound, you know.
You're in a room of people that understand that.
Yeah,
Trust me.
definitely. That's the best thing about me, really.
Yeah, you're in a room of people that understand that sentiment. I respect that. So what do DJs actually do? Should we talk about that? Because you are a DJ. That's true.
Okay.
And there's a lot of mystique behind the DJ. I mean, a lot of
think
parody
so?
as well, but I think so. Maybe in my perspective. I don't know a lot of DJs though, but to me, there's a lot of mystique because I always wonder what they're doing. Like, they're not just switching songs.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They have a whole... Yeah, and I've never been behind the DJ deck. Probably because I like the magic trick more than the actual.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
fair
I don't like
enough.
knowing how the tricks work. But this is the job.
Yeah, I guess so.
So I want to know what do
Well,
DJs actually do? What's happening?
I'd say being the tune selector is one of the most important things. Knowing your music, knowing what sounds good with what, being able to filter things out very well and do your transitions. When you see a DJ kind of on the decks and they're doing like this thing with their hand, like they're spinning the jog wheel and they've got their headphones in. Now what they're doing there is something called beat matching. And it's the most important thing you can probably do as a DJ, the most important skill, and also the hardest as well. So what you're effectively doing is when they're listening here, they've got the song that they want to bring in and the song that's playing to the crowd. And what they're doing is they're adjusting the tempo and the beats per minute of the song to align with the other song so that effectively it doesn't sound like a big massive mess. So that's like a lot of the time when you see the DJ with their hand down and they're kind of spinning on that jog wheel, that's what they're doing. They're trying to line up the beats of one song to another. So that is probably the biggest thing that a DJ does is the beat matching and the song transitioning.
That does sound pretty difficult thing
Yeah.
to do.
Do you have a hard time learning?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah,
Apps, hours and hours. And I think as well as being somebody who's, you know, a millennial grown up in the technology era, we have really good DJing equipment now, which can do things like beat matching for you,
button, right?
you know, with like just a sync
not real
button.
DJ.
It's not a real DJ. And, you know, when you're learning like this, you think you're wicked.
just press it,
You
let me
think you're
just press it,
wicked.
yeah.
And then you play without the sync button and you're not very good.
yeah,
So... Yeah, it was it was difficult to learn, but no, I'm glad because it's after months of practice, I can now say I'm a decent beat matcher. So yeah,
Nice.
Yeah.
Congratulations on that. I respect that. Okay. So what else is happening behind the scenes there?
behind the scenes for me, what I'm doing.
So like, what are you listening for when you're listening? Before you get on the DJ set at all?
Before I get on.
Yeah, when you're just listening to music, what are you listening for? Or are you listening to how they could match right there, or are you just listening to this sounds good to me?
You know what? It's really strange. Kind of a mix of the two. I'd say if I'm at a rave or I've gone to go and see a DJ and I can hear him do something really cool or mix two songs really well together, and I think, oh my gosh, I would have never thought that. And I might try it myself and just see different variations, different ways I can do it. I'm always listening to mixes, because there's so much you can learn, just from listening to a mix, different techniques, and things like that. But what I'm listening for is something that I like. That's ultimately what I want to do. Is I want to play music that I like. And if I'm performing for a crowd, which isn't very often, it's usually just friends, responding to them and what they like. Oh, okay, they like this sound a bit more. Let's steer more towards this artist. So yeah, there's a lot of thought goes into it.
Yeah, I can imagine. Sounds like it.
Yeah.
It's pretty dope.
Is it daunting performing in front of people?
I've only ever properly done it once.
Yeah. How was it?
It was here at the end party. I wasn't meant to do it. I wasn't meant to do it. My friend was supposed to do it, and he unfortunately couldn't do his set.
Right.
And our friends were telling us, I said, so there's going to be no drum and bass at the end parties. Well, it looks like it.
Yeah.
I said, well, we can't have that. We can't have that. So it was fun. I'd only been doing it for like 3 months, so I wasn't amazing, but it was like a dream come true. It's like being 5 years old, like imagining you're in front of like Wembley with like the Spice Girls. It was great. It was a moment for me.
That is
nice.
equivalent to the end party.
Yeah.
You agree? Yeah, you look like you're having the time of your life. I was there.
Yeah, it was good,
The
man.
Lapo was still here at that time. Shout out to the gang.
Yeah, shout out to the gang, shout out to Lapo, shout out Molly, shout out all my Essex lot, all my Boomtown babies who are listening at home. I love you guys. Long live DMV.
Chee! On the deadlocks.
Yeah, on the deadline.
On the deadlocks. That's awesome, man. I'm glad you talked about this.
So, what artists are you excited to see this year? I assume you're going to some festivals and that this year.
Hopefully.
Fingers crossed.
Hopefully.
So who you following currently?
Who would I like to see? I would love to see.
We haven't done that many lineups have come up yet, but
yeah. I mean, Park Life. I don't know if people have seen the Park Life lineup, but that looks pretty good.
I glanced at it.
That looks pretty good. So maybe that. Sun and Bass, which is a 7-day drum and bass festival in Sardinia. Yeah, 7 day.
That's a bit mad. That's a long bender.
Sounds intense, yeah.
I think that's looking like the likely one. I've been to Boomtown for the past 3 years, but I think the gang and I are giving it a miss this year to try something different. Yeah.
Nice.
Have you seen the All Points East Festival?
No, I haven't. No.
They got the Chemical Brothers. They got who else? They got Bicep.
Oh.
They got I forgot now. But they got a lot of good artists. Yeah.
There's an artist named Bicep.
Oh,
That's
sick.
amazing.
Yeah.
There's so much in the music world I don't understand yet. That's so dope. Yeah, there's so much to explore. There's an artist named Bicep.
EDM names are crazy.
I can imagine. Like
Ross from Friends, shout out to him.
Yeah.
That's great.
Electronic dance music mixed me a lot. And it's kind of, the whole of it. A lot of electronic music mixed me. Don't get me wrong, I catch a few bits and bobs there, catch a quick Fantana recommendation. Yeah, like, what's that nigga's name? I can't remember. Igloo Ghost. Love that guy's album. That guy's album was really nice to listen to. Helped me study. So shout out to that. But
strange beats. Yeah,
very,
strange.
yeah.
He's got a good ear for melody.
And I like his aesthetic. I like the ways, I like the characters on his album covers. Those are
With
pretty
electronic
cute.
music, I feel like in this country, especially, it's very big because
Yeah.
in America, not many people house music and techno music originated in America. But let's say if we were to compare, I don't know, I'm 22. If you was to ask a 22-year-old from like New York City, okay, did you ever listen to drum and bass or dubstep or jungle?
Probably not.
Probably not.
Probably not.
I think it's unique to
UK.
this island.
It feels very English.
Yeah, very. Especially genres like drum and bass, jungle. I don't really know anybody that isn't British that really has a deep appreciation for that.
Yeah.
It's branching out a little bit to places like Holland, Belgium, which is really cool. They throw really, really good and really crazy festivals, but I definitely agree. It's definitely a very English UK
Why?
thing.
Why do you think so?
Because
I
we're the
don't know,
best
I
at
think-
doing it.
I think the people that make it are all British. I don't know why other people aren't listening to it, but like I remember with dubstep, everybody was English. Everybody was English. That
You don't
phase
think
was
there's a
so fun.
French influence in electronic music, like a huge French influence? Don't you think?
Okay, when it comes to house music, yeah, but like when it comes to drum and bass,
Not so much.
Not so much.
Nah.
Yeah.
Because like French people, they make a lot of good house music. They make a lot of good techno. Like you already know how much of a big Daft Punk fan I am, right? But I don't know. When it comes to drum and bass, I can't even think of English people really. That's about it.
That's interesting. I would like to know why. Why did drum and bass strike a
It
nerve
is
with this
strange,
cultural
it is
string?
strange. I
Yeah.
don't know why. I don't know.
Because even your hip hop is very influenced by electronic music past. Like a
Yeah.
lot of what your hip hop sounds like, which I was going to get to. What
You
do you
know,
think the influence on?
You know Planet Rock,
Yeah.
Africa Bombard. That samples Kraftwerk. And like
I don't know what that is.
Kraftwerk, they're like okay.
German.
Yeah. When it comes to like electronic music, they're like the godfathers of it. Because if there wasn't no Kraftwerk, there wouldn't be no electronic music. So they were like, at the time, people were still playing instruments, making like soul music, singing over tracks and shit. But these guys, they had like analog instruments, creating these weird ass loops and drum patterns and like kind of forms this electronic style of music. No one really knew what it was at the time, but people were like, okay, this is cool. But now a lot of people look back to people like Kraftwerk and say like, okay, yeah, without these guys, this genre might not exist.
Wow.
But yeah, you're right though. Like it has influenced. I just gave an example of Planet Rock. Like it's influenced a lot because that's you could say one of the biggest hip hop songs ever, right?
Yeah.
And like it has the Kraftwerk sample in it.
It is interesting.
Yeah, it's cool, man.
Yeah, it's nice. It's good to see. I mean, it's a genre you appreciate very much, obviously.
I love it. I
Yeah.
love it, honestly. There's so many great artists throughout time.
Love more than hip hop.
So many.
Fahad.
Right now, yeah.
Yeah, I can
But,
imagine.
Like, my favorite, it changes all the time.
Yeah.
Changes all the time. Like there's some great electronic artists, man.
Yeah.
Like you heard of Aphex Twin?
Yeah. Oh,
Of course,
oh wow. Oh yes.
Tell me about them.
Aphex, oh man, Aphex Twin.
Very trippy, very psychedelic kind of music, you know.
And the thing is, he can make anything, anything. Like the most ambient, quiet sounding electronic music, something that sounds like I don't know heaven, and then at the
Really
same time he can make something
peaceful.
so quick, hard hitting, energetic. Like he's crazy with it, and like there are a lot of electronic artists nowadays say that if it wasn't for him, they may not make the music they make today.
Wow.
And if we're talking about influence, you know, Blame Game by Kanye West.
Let's play the
That
blame.
samples, yeah, samples
Game.
Aphex Twin song. actually.
Really?
Yeah,
What part of it?
The piano loop.
I thought that was John Legend playing that.
Oh, nah.
I'm not even gonna. Wow, that's dope.
Yeah, but he's great, man. He's great.
Well, yeah. I'm glad we
him.
talked about drum and bass.
Sorry.
Yes, I'm glad we talked about drum and
Mate,
bass.
always talk about drum and bass.
Right? Always loving drum and bass.
Yeah.
So, yeah, let's do that. So, yeah, I'm going to play Charcoal Baby by Blood Orange
Go on.
because that's a great song. And that song has been on loop.
Yeah.
It's probably my first song of that Charcoal Baby, of that Negro Swan album,
Yeah,
which is a great name for an album, Negro Swan. I love that name. But,
Is this the first track?
huh?
I
Off Negro Swan? I don't think it's the first
Yeah.
track. Is it the first track?
You have
I'm
to
just
play
saying,
it. I don't remember which one that is, but I think I like this one.
Yeah, it's really good. Yeah, we'll come back. Talk about some more stuff.
Wicked.
Yeah? Dope. Oh yeah, shout out to Dante for coming through, by the way. First of all, what you saying, G? Say something to the mic. Say it to all your loving, adoring fans. Say it to all your loving, adoring fans, bro. Bro, we all came here for you, bro.
But Dante's cool.
Dante, yeah, Dante.
He told us to tell you lot he's good.
Yeah, Dante doesn't like speak too much. No voice, no case. That type of shit. All right. And how you doing? Yeah, what you saying? Is everybody back? Come on, Dante.
Back, baby.
Yeah, he's easy.
Still fake, baby.
Okay.
Alright.
Yeah, aight. Let's talk about, I want to talk about British rap a little bit. It's relevant to the discussion, Dante, and I feel like, yo, Dante is a British rap encyclopedia. So could you just fact check us at least?
Who's he talking about?
Yo, he's talking about Fredo Santana and what's that nigga's name? Dave.
Oh God. Wait, I swear it's Lil Baby and Dave that are making the tune, no?
My man.
Yeah.
This Lil Baby's doing a song with everybody. Lil Baby has a song with
I couldn't
Obama.
imagine anything worse, to be honest.
Say again?
I said I can imagine anything worse. I
Right.
really don't like Dave.
Oh.
No. He's like a British J. Cole.
He's like a what?
A British J. Cole. I don't care for what he has to say.
Yeah. I don't
I
think
mean
he's
it.
as
I
good
mean
as
it in the
AJ
sense
Cole
that like
at all.
he's a good rapper. Yeah, I don't mean it as like they make similar music. I mean it in the sense that like they both like are very good at rapping. But like, do I care for what they have to say? Not at all. And like, it's too it's too like with them, man. They never want to have fun. They never ever want to have fun. It's always some serious. Oh, bro, listen. Yeah, man. It's like
J. Cole's been embracing some fun shit. Hold your
What
tongue.
about when this falling clothes, bro? What are you talking about?
Man, shut up.
Get that off the airways.
Feeling himself.
Get that off the airways, man. Told you.
Okay, let's remove folding clothes from the equation. J. Cole has bangers. J. Cole has songs where it's like,
As
let's
of
get
late.
turned.
As of late.
And even before as of late, like, J. Cole has get off my,
Okay, there you go.
phallus.
That sounds fun. That sounds fun. But like, I don't
I'm
know,
trying not
I
to
wish I did
curse.
that more, you know? It's
Yeah.
not every day, to stay at the rap scene. Oh, damn, you niggas are doing Molly. It's like, oh, man, let me just have some fun.
J. Cole is rap. Listen, J. Cole is SoundCloud rap therapy. Like, that's what he's doing. That's what all his songs are now.
Yeah, he's ready
I saw
to
my
be your
nigga 69 and I
granddaddy
prayed for
to
him.
help
That's
you
a J.
out,
Cole
man.
line.
Yo, speaking
some
of
shit
Molly
like that.
though, I would segue a little bit into like Molly in the rave scene. Yeah. Because I feel like,
How did we, speaking of Molly, what was
yeah, trust me, it makes sense. It makes
We should do a
sense.
disclaimer. We're not
You know a disclaimer?
Yeah. No.
Disclaimer, kids, if you're gonna do drugs,
Be safe.
yeah, exactly.
Safe.
Be safe. Use kits.
Well, that is part of what I want to talk about.
Yeah.
The testing, drug testing. I'm passionate about that. I think it should happen in a lot more places.
Agreed.
Why, bro?
Huh? Yeah, because people getting hurt out here, people dying out
in your
here.
festivals, in your
Yeah,
drug
yeah,
based
yeah, and
festivals.
it's-
People are gonna
Provide them
do
a
it
safe
anyway.
space.
Yeah,
So
it's an inevitable part of the equation at this point. So people need to be prepared for that. What? It's true. Yeah.
We're being realistic. Yeah, it should make policy for the reality of the situation or what it should be.
Exactly.
So yeah, obviously kids don't do drugs. That's
Don't
what
drink and
Rebel
drive,
says.
guys.
Don't drink and drive. Don't do drugs and like be in love with yourself and all that stuff. Don't do that. Rebel says no. What Rebel does say is if you're gonna do drugs, be safe. Well, not Rebel. Sounds to lose your mind. So I don't know what Rebel says about drugs.
Yeah.
Probably not this cool stuff.
Speaking
But-
of drugs, ecstasy in particular was very like pivotal in the 90s rave scene, right?
no, absolutely.
Because like, that's when it was
Absolutely.
invented.
And still to be
It's still
honest,
to this day,
probably.
right?
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, absolutely. People gotta be safe out here, man.
yeah.
At the end of the day, we drink too much at every social occasion.
I don't know who this
You know,
be. We're talking
so-
about this. I don't know if
Wait,
you
no,
speak
do you not
French.
drink? Do you not drink too much? The social occasions now.
Off the record,
Water?
I don't know what you're talking. Yeah, I drink a lot of water, and my doctor is very proud of me. Yeah, no, but
No,
yeah.
but it's true. Look, wherever you go, kids are gonna do certain things, drink certain things, and behave a certain way. And if we can teach people how to do things safely, rather than just scaring them and making them think that they're gonna go to prison or be seen in a particular way if they seek help, we should be telling people the facts, and making sure people are having fun in a safe environment where they feel safe.
Mm-hmm.
More medical rooms in nightclubs in general should
Yes.
be a thing.
Just
Absolutely.
decriminalize it, honestly. Just get rid of you're a criminal for having this drug. Like, people are gonna do drugs anyway, so you might as well just put in.
Fahad for president, everybody. People are gonna.
Okay, no. Just might as well just put in precautions to help them.
I
If they're gonna
agree.
do it.
I do agree. Like, if it's a reality, regardless of your stance on it, which your stance on it is your valid either way. But regardless of your stance on it, people are gonna do it, and that's the reality that we exist in. They should be
So
safe.
why not help those people?
Exactly. And so yeah, drug testing. Well, yes, that's a thumbs up on that.
Absolutely.
To whom may
Whole
concern.
thumbs up.
That's a whole
Absolutely.
thumbs up. Okay. So let's do a quick to whom we're concerned. This is a segment on the show where we just rapid fire talk about shit that's just been on our minds or that were just niche stuff we're interested in. I don't know who wants to start. Alex, you want to go first or?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got a YouTube video I want to talk about. It feels like show and tell. It's crazy.
Yeah, please do. That's yeah.
I
Maybe
think
we should call it that instead.
I think it's called a day in the life with Isaiah Rashad, and I just particularly because he's been gone. He's been out of the spotlight for a minute, so hopefully he'll be back soon. I don't know if this is promo in the lead up or whatever, but this guy would just hang out with him for a day, and it's just oddly comedic. There's something about the timing of it. It's just really funny, and a weird, interesting insight. Yeah,
Yeah.
I recommend you watch it. That's my thing.
Cool. I want to talk about a weird moment I had with hip hop this week because
Okay.
in preparation for this show, a Boogie with a Hoodie and Boogie dropped an album around the same time, and those are two different artists for those who don't know. So Boogie with a Hoodie, literally just found this out today, so please bear with me as I explain this painfully to everybody who knows this. Obviously, I didn't know a Boogie with a Hoodie and Boogie were two different people. So I was listening. I had buzz about this new Boogie album, which is okay. It's all right. It's the Dreamville sound, which we'll talk about. It's the check my chakras. Me and Moe were actually talking about it. They have weird the Dreamville aesthetic has a very weird ring to it now. It's almost like it's weird that has become so much of a niche that it already has signifiers. But before we get to that, we'll talk about that. And then I was trying to listen to this Boogie album that I heard good things about. Like, I heard this on M's label. I heard he's lyrical, but he's a okay storyteller. And then I put in a Boogie with a Hoodie. I'm like, what is this garbage? No offense to Boogie with a Hoodie. Let me not say garbage. What is this?
Sounds like Ellie Goulding.
Huh?
What do you think?
Say
Boogie with a Hoodie.
He sounds like
Ellie Goulding. Honestly, he sounds like Ellie Goulding. He does. He's not. He actually does.
Yeah. Okay, trash is not the word because there's actually a song off it I like called Surfing, and it's the one with Sakashi 69. Funny enough, but like the rest of the album, I'm like, what is this? Am I being trolled? Like, where is the storytelling I was supposed to be hearing? Like, what is happening? And then I listen to the Boogie album, and it's the normal Dreamville sound. Anyway, what I really want to talk about is the Dreamville aesthetic. Is like a whole thing now, like so much so where they all have this very specific thing, and just what I wanted to point out in this segment, where they have a sample or like a voice recording or like of a girl did like what's it called that thinks they ain't shit calling them.
Yeah.
I don't know what that is.
Who started that trend?
Who?
Lil Uzi Vert.
Is that no way?
Go listen to 7 a.m. by Lil Uzi Vert.
So all of them are following Lil
I
Uzi.
swear to God.
Where, what is that? Like
I don't know.
just some disillusioned chick calling
Well,
them
Uzi
like
was the
nigga
first
you
guy
ain't
to do
shit.
it. Uzi, like,
Uzi
trust
was
me,
the first guy.
2015.
To do it.
Okay, not the first, but like he made that popular. He made that a trend in rap music right now.
Word.
Uzi did it. There was someone else that just literally copied Uzi. I was listening to it the other day. I completely forgot. But
It might be Boogie because he has this quite a lot.
I forgot. No, it was Carti. Carti did it, and like it was literally just like a Control C, Control V of Uzi's. Yeah. In recent memory, I feel like he was the first guy to be doing that as of late. And it's kind of started this whole trend of people doing it.
Why is that? What is this thing where like
Cool,
yeah?
I guess.
Is that it? Why is it cool? Like a girl calls you over like nigga you ain't shit. I thought you were gonna say yeah.
Why is anything cool?
No, but why is it cool now? Why is anything cool is a good question. Why something is cool is normally like
That's the philosophy of aestheticism.
yeah, a little bit. Like aesthetics represent an identity and a niche. So what identity is this supposed to be representing? Because like Biggie had it, but Biggie had it like if you
I
like
think guys like looking like scumbags now. I think it's cool. Like a scumbag.
yeah,
So not like or just to
kind of.
okay, like when they do that, yeah, like it's like okay, look at this girl that's like chasing after me whilst I'm here.
But it's not. The tone is never. That's the thing. That's I was gonna bring that up with Biggie. The tone was ha 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 ha. Look at all these bitches. Yeah, exactly. But with these guys, it's very much like, oh man, I can't connect with women, man. They just can't like get they can't get the grasp of the struggle. You know who does that shit a lot? Black and Bryson Tiller. Like that's the perfect like yeah. That's the perfect. In fact, there's no a Black album is not done without some girl calling. Or it's always like, yo, I love my moms, but fuck every other bitch. Like that, I'm like, yo, nigga, calm down. Like it's always that energy, and it's always oddly like disillusioned / angry. Like what is it? So it's not even just.
I don't get it either.
Yeah,
I find it kind of funny.
same. But it's not that I'm looking like a scumbag. It's like, oh wow, this girl said some hurtful ass shit, and then the rest of the album is yeah, man, women can't get me, man. The struggle is too real for these hoes.
I don't get why they do it as well. To be honest.
Neither do I, but you said
It's
it.
that Uzi song though. 7 a.m.
7 a.m.
Yeah.
I think I've
Great melodies.
no, I've not heard that.
Great hook.
Yeah, you're a Lil Uzi stan, I would say. Are you a
I'm just a
stan?
big fan.
Yeah,
Big fan. I'm a Carti stan.
you're yeah.
I'm a big fan of Lil Uzi.
Yeah, I respect Lil Uzi. I respect Lil Uzi in the game. I still don't think he's made he's made some great songs, but he hasn't like made a great album in my opinion. But that's me and you.
I agree.
Yeah.
He has that body of work, but he is done well with all his body of work.
I
And
agree.
like his closest to that, it was Lil Uzi versus the World.
Lil Uzi versus. I actually know that I was the one where he has like it's Scott Pilgrim, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Great album.
I respect that.
Great album.
Yeah. Okay. Anyone to whom it concerns, weird, specific, neat things that have been bugging you or you've been thinking about?
This week has been like quite a boring week for me. So like I just spent it indoors listening to music. So I was telling Gab off air that I'm trying to get into DJing myself.
Mm-hmm.
So like a big part of that is just listening to new music.
Okay.
So I forgot how I got into this, but so you know the ones where you heard a song like probably about a decade plus ago, yeah?
Mm.
But you hear it at one time, you're like, I know exactly where this is from. So has anybody seen the film Mean Girls?
Yeah,
Yeah.
of course.
Right, do you remember the last scene?
Yep.
Do you remember the song that's playing in the last season?
Was you gets hit by the bus?
Just
That's
after
quite a bit
that.
quite a bit after, I'm guessing.
Just after. How? So basically, I was on Spotify, and the song that plays at that last scene came up. I was like, wow, I haven't heard this in a good 12 years, but I know exactly where this is from.
What's the song?
It's called
That's annoying me.
On and On.
Yeah.
Orbital actually.
Yeah.
And like great song, great.
I can't remember that song at all of me.
It's it's like how can I describe it? It's kind of like a down tempo techno song. Yeah, really quiet. It's good stuff to listen to while you sleep.
Yeah.
Yeah. I listened to that and I was like, damn.
It's a weird choice for Mean Girls though. Like, did that fit the motif of the theme of the movie?
Do you know what's so funny? Do you know what's so funny? Guess who sampled that song like in the last couple of weeks?
Cardi.
Playboy Cardi. Which is the weirdest thing ever. Like I would never imagine Cardi's producer to be listening to 90s techno music. That's so strange.
Okay, so this actually kind of slightly been on my mind. These producers are making out some weird ass samples. Like, I'm so proud in a weird way, but like I do producers just like there's a sample on the El Sweatshirt album on the song The Mints, and it's from this old electronic like ambient album, like from the 1980s, like by this I think it's called Rococo Rondo. It's just this weird like out of nowhere, like it even okay, it's on YouTube, but the picture on YouTube, this one you know it's like weird or like very niche. The picture on YouTube is just a picture of the CD itself, like yeah. So it's like, oh, it's this old,
You
like
gonna say that it's just a picture of it.
yeah, and I'm like, oh yeah, like exactly. It's on YouTube because everything's on YouTube, and then maybe you can get the CD somewhere. Where are they finding these songs? When you told me the Tame Impala guy sampled this Nigerian disco artist, what?
Stephen Nita,
Yeah, like what?
Well, I guess it's just these people music lovers like us.
Yeah.
So like they're going out their way to find new music, like how we do. I guess. But like they do it like that's their job. They get paid to do shit like that. So they're gonna go to like
the weirdest places.
The weirdest places to try and find that new sound.
I respect that. That is an artful thing to do, and it's a hard thing to do.
Producer, DJ, they're just like everyone else. We're big music fans at the end of the day.
Yeah.
That's key.
I respect
Always
that.
looking for that new sound. Always looking for that new song.
Yeah, it makes me think like, damn, I want more eclectic music taste. Like these guys is really like going out here
It's all
finding weird
available,
things.
sold out on YouTube. So I think that is a big part of why that's changed. Why you are getting so many like eclectic samples because it is all available.
Yeah, respect that.
That's why like I listen to so much different music because like it's all in front of me. All I have to do is just type in what I want and that's it. It's there.
All right.
That's it.
Well, I'm glad we did the To Whom It May Concern segment. I hope someone here got something out of that, something very specific, and it resonated with their heartstrings. And yeah, let's move on to the next segment, which is the El Sweatshirt video. Should we talk about that?
Yeah, I still haven't watched that,
You know,
I saw my thumbnails. I haven't had time.
I'm gonna give
Because
Moyo the
it was
microphone on
8
this one because I feel like you understand that video better than me.
I
Like the whole day.
didn't even know what happened. Like I said, this week it's kind of been a write-off.
Yeah, what is this?
Huh?
What is
Okay,
this?
so El Sweatshirt is, you know El Sweatshirt, right? Okay, so El Sweatshirt did a 8-minute like video for or about maybe the last album he dropped, some rap songs. So it's snippets of different songs with little visual like. It's really just I don't even know what to call it. It's not really a music video. It's just a visual piece.
Well,
Okay.
yeah, it's
To get the
like
feel of
almost
the
a
album.
short film, but it's not really chronological like that. So yeah, but it's not like a music video either because the music videos are more scattered. There's definitely like a through line to the whole thing.
There
There's
is.
a lot of like repeated imagery. Themes of like I don't even know.
Things, yeah. Okay, so we
Themes
talk
of,
about it.
like,
So we
yeah,
should describe
yeah.
the video a little bit. It's yeah. He goes from playing basketball with a bunch of kids, which I love, which is a great scene. So like he's not their coach, but he's really aggressively grilling them on, almost so much so that the referee comes to stop him, like, yo, nigga, calm down. It's a cool scene. Then he goes to his house, and then the video really starts, and then it's motifs about, you know, his mother's in the video, I think, and like, you know, they have these plastic or ceramic hands moving thorns off him. It's all very poetic and very avant-garde, and I don't know, I like it. It's the first thing you think about it is it's well shot and it's pretty. So whenever I see something like that, I'm like, okay, filmmaking on a basic level is good. What is it actually saying? The acting is a bit awkward, but it's all L's family, so it's all kind of cute. But I don't know. What do we think the video is about? Let's talk about that a little bit. Because what is some rap songs about? First of all, we didn't even
The
talk about some
whole
rap songs on this
album.
show. Yeah.
Yo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And yeah, right. Yeah. Should we just dissect
What
them?
was that? What did you say?
It's about a bunch of stuff. But
Oh yeah.
Shut up. William, take
It's
over.
it's about finding inner strength. Part of it. Cause some of it is like his recovery. He's like a lot of it's like very melancholy and he's like depressed, and then some of it's about him getting himself out of that or like working through that. That's definitely one of the things in there.
Yeah, it's about drug use, drug abuse. It's
Yeah.
about going past that phase. It's about, you know, it's weird. The whole album strikes this tone of I'm a real nigga, but I'm going through a lot of
Yeah,
shit.
there were a
but
lot
I'm a real nigga.
of, lot
though.
of high points.
There
And then
are.
it goes straight to low points in the album. It's really.
And there's songs where you can't tell whether this is a high point or a low point yet because
Yeah,
his
it's
delivery
so mixed
saying one
up.
thing. Yeah, like Bend, like the Bends. I mean, Ben. We like the what he's saying, but how he's saying it is two different. Like I don't know how to explain it, and that juxtaposition gives a nice idea of melancholy. So I don't know. I like it. It's a good album. It's my favorite album of last year. Gang. Shout out to my Instagram. You can check it there. Top 10
Yeah,
album
yo,
of the
I
year.
want to see this summer. I'm trying to see this guy like
he's gonna be
moving mad. Field day. Yeah, one place. One place.
I don't know.
How's he gonna come to?
Show, definitely.
Yeah, how's he gonna come to England and perform at one place? Like, come on, bro.
Because he hasn't been here for so long.
Yeah,
He's definitely.
and he's got his new shit, so you know, let's go. I'm ready for it.
I'm ready for it
But
too.
yeah, we'll see.
All right, so translating into the video, what is the video about? What does the video capture? Do you think the video captures the feeling? of
Yeah,
it?
similar themes. There's like a theme of care, I guess, where you see like imagery of what I assume is his mom like looking after him and him doing the same to like other people, kind of thing. That's interesting.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it does. I think a lot of the album is like that. A lot of the album is asking for care and even asking why care wasn't given at some appropriate times. Like, why didn't no one tell me I was thinking? Right? Yeah, it's weird. You gotta
And
adapt-
the line in one of the songs was like, "Ain't no black woman I can't thank."
yeah, that shows a lot
And
of
that's
the video.
pretty much most of the cast in the film.
I like it. It's a good video. I guess the stamp of I guess the stamp of recommendation. Jesus, what is my words? I guess the stamp of recommendation. It's been a long week, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah.
It has been
I
a
got a
long week.
question.
Go
Did you
for
not
it.
see that Blueface Breakfast Club?
Yes.
So did you see the part where they were asking him about his record deal?
Okay. What did you think about that part?
I
Because
wasn't
the thing
surprised.
is,
I wasn't surprised at all.
that he doesn't know what his record
I wasn't
deal is.
surprised at
Yeah,
all.
yeah,
He's
that he
not
doesn't
the
know
first
he's
rap-
signed to
He's not the
Redman.
first rapper to do that on the Breakfast Club.
Oh, he just doesn't know what.
They did
That
the same
tell
thing to
him
Lil
that
Yachty.
He
They-
finds out on the Breakfast Club.
They asked him that like what's the how's your deal work? He's like, I don't know. Or they asked him, oh, are you in a 360 deal? It's like, what's that? So for those who don't know, a 360 deal is a record deal where the recording label, they make money off everything you do, whether it's your music, your merch, your tour, you selling oranges on the street, they make money off everything you do. That's a 360 deal. And Lil Yachty had no idea he was in one of those. But with Blueface, I mean, I wasn't surprised that he didn't know what he was in. A lot of these rappers don't know what deals they sign. They get presented this advance. And like, oh shit, let me just sign.
Hey, your
and that's
name
it.
says speak louder on the mic, but keep going. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
And that has caused the downfall of a lot of rappers in the
Yeah,
industry.
man.
A lot. There's a lot of rappers
That's
that.
why I feel like he won't be here for that long.
Yeah.
Because they're gonna suck him dry. Then when they're done with him, they're gonna toss him out.
As usual. But do you know the sad part of that interview to me? When they were trying to tell him, he still kept this facade of, yeah, I don't care. I'm going to own a barber shop.
Alright.
Yeah, exactly. And we're like, okay, nigga. And like Charlemagne's constantly trying to tell him through the thing, like, yo, you know, labels are not nice. Labels are not on your side. They're there to make money. Like, you are the product. Help yourself. And the guy just like, yeah, it seems like his manager came and literally just tossed money on him and a contract. And it was like, you like money? He was like,
Yeah.
yeah. And his manager was like, well,
Let's see how it goes.
basically. I hope he does okay. I don't know.
So too. But he's in the wrong hands.
It's one of those
He signed
things
with
though,
Cash Money.
I could kind of see it though. Like, yo, these niggas has worked so hard. Well, not so hard, but they've worked hard enough to like get buzz. They've been out here in the studio sweating, blah 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 blah. They've been looking at the big, the big titans at the top, thinking like, yeah, this rap shit's gonna be the one to make me the money. And then they finally get approached with someone with buzz. Someone DMs them at the right time, blah 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 blah, and then shows them the black lining and says dot here. It's very, it takes one, a bit of education, but also two, a bit of self-awareness and looking forward into the future, which you don't have when you're that young. It is what it is. Yeah. To be like, wait, let me assess what my actual worth is. Yeah. Because rap has this identity of, yeah, we're happy to be here. Like, why are rappers happy to be there? You're more than that. You're worth a lot. Like, if you're a rapper and you got talent and you got buzz, that's a lot of energy and time and work. By the time they're giving you buzz, that means you are worth 10 times more than what they're offering you. But they don't know how to ask for that. Because how do you ask for that when, nigga just offered you cash straight up. Let's buy you like 50 grams of weed right now. Yo, yes.
The thing is, I'm sure, like, let's not use Blueface, but I'm sure rappers are aware of like what they bring to the table. What I think it is that most of the time they have a very little or no understanding of how the music industry works. So I mean that in the sense that like they think in advance is like 100% their money, right? And in advance could be your money, but like most of the time it's coming out of your budget. And if you don't make that budget back, you're gonna have to pay for it, not the label. And just a lot of these rappers have no idea what that means or the implications behind that. And that's why you get a lot of situations like this where rappers are signed to deals that they don't even know what is on that deal.
Yeah, I saw recently was it A$AP Rocky in an interview, he was talking about Frank Ocean, how he got out of his record deal.
Yeah. What a god.
And yeah, I knew about that, how he sort of like finessed the system, but he really did like, yeah, that's rare. I didn't realize how rare. Like,
can we describe how that happened? Does anyone know the real story there?
He was signed up for like 4 albums, 3 albums. Yeah, I'm not sure exactly. And basically, Endless came out, and that was like not really an album. I mean, not to say it's not good or anything, but yeah, he put that out and then put Blonde out. So that Blonde, like, he owned everything, and so he just kind of managed to put this like half album out without like much effort.
Yeah.
When you put out a record,
and let's still bang stuff.
When you put out a record, like, so let's say you okay, I'm pointing at Samuel. Let's say Samuel puts out a record, and he's signed to Alex's label, right? So I say, okay, on this contract, I'm gonna give you whatever you need to make this record, but whatever you make off it, you only make 25%. I make the rest, right? Because I own the masters. So with his old deal, they own the masters of all his work. So he was thinking, damn, like these guys are fucking me out of all my money. How can I like get out of this deal? So he made that album. Like Alice said, not say it's a bad album, but it's not Blonde. So he made that album, gave it to them, so I'm free now. Then put out Blonde, and he owned everything for that. So that he makes all the money off that, which is a lot of fucking money. Yeah. Because let's say same thing. Do you know what's mad? Something similar happened to Lil Pump. So there was a point in time where he didn't own his masters, right? He didn't own his masters, and then because he was 17 when he signed his deal, apparently the record deal was made invalid or something like that.
All right, thank
I
you.
don't know.
Rebel came to check on us.
Yeah.
Make sure everything's okay.
Yeah.
Even though the live sign was on, make sure we're all
My
chill.
bad. I thought he was joking. I didn't think he was actually gonna come.
What?
He saw on Snap that he had a bottle, and he's like, I should come ban you from Rebel. And I was like, come ban me. And then he actually came and got the bottle. So
Wow, shout out to Rebel for being men of their word and ruining the flow of the whole show. Thank you guys.
Yeah,
Jesus.
Now back to the regular program show.
Ups on the radar. That's interesting as hell.
Yeah.
Shout out to that. That was a weird. Wow, that was really
Strange,
weird. I'm
yeah.
kind of bugging from that.
It's the way you walked in. I was
Yeah,
like,
it's the
okay,
way
what's going on?
You know what I mean? I was
Oh yeah.
I was like, did you see me like, whatever, if you know, you know. I just leave it like that. I was kind of like worried, like, I don't like when, whatever.
Yeah, man. People they get fucked every day in the industry. Do you remember TLC?
No,
Oh,
no one
yeah.
Remember TLC?
Oh, yeah.
That's another good example. They
That's
got.
not true. People remember TLC.
Don't remember TLC?
No,
I don't want no scrubs. Scrubs is there. Yeah, that one. Yeah. That's
yeah,
them.
what happened with them?
They got absolutely fucked.
Oh boy.
Absolutely fucked. I think they made. I don't know if they made anything off their music.
Sheesh.
They made absolutely like almost nothing off their music, and like they had hits, and it just shows like I don't know. Some people see it as evil. Some people just say it's just business. But this is what the recording industry is like. Like they don't really care about you as an artist. They don't care about what you're doing for the art.
Are there any exceptions? Are there any
Oh, there's plenty, of course. But I mean, when it comes to majors, like let's say all the pop stars you're hearing, they're signed to major labels, or all the rappers you're hearing, they're signed to major labels. They don't care about the longevity of rap music. Or
what were gonna say about Lil Pump? What did he do?
Okay. So he was in a situation where he was also getting fucked in his deal, right? But luckily, when he signed his deal, he was 17, right? So for some reason, his deal doesn't hold up because at the time he was a child. So
Nice.
he was then released from that deal, and he makes 100% of the money from his music. But I think he signed another deal now to someone else, stupidly. But there was a point in time where he was making 100% of everything. This was Gucci Gang time. That's why he's so fucking rich right now. Yeah,
Wow.
he made all that money. It went to no one else.
Why did he sign another deal? Start your own thing. If it's Gucci Gang money is like
Deals aren't always bad though. Deals aren't
Yeah.
always bad. Yeah, like that's one thing. People think that all record deals are bad. They're not always bad.
I'm sure. What are the
Yeah.
exceptions then? So what are
I
you
mean,
looking for in an exception, Fahad? Break down the game for these young niggas. Say what you say.
Yeah.
Stone's Throw is amazing, but yeah.
They're not fucking out artists.
I hope not.
Nah, they're definitely not. They're definitely
Yeah, I love.
they
Stone's
actually care
Throw.
about the music. People, the labels like that.
Mhm.
You know? But I'm not a record executive. I don't know the ins and outs, but I just know that like they're not always bad. You know, sometimes you can make money. It's like okay, you make money, I make money. I'm gonna help you to make money. You help me to make money.
Right.
It's business at the end of
That's
the
the
day.
mood for 2019, boys. Listen, everybody, like, let's just do that, right? Can we, like,
Let's
there's
all get
ways
this
to make
money.
money with empathy and altruism. It's a strategy that works if both of y'all don't cheat. Shout out to the prisoner's dilemma. If everybody cooperates, it's better for everybody in the situation. But c'est la vie. What do I know? I'm just an asshole. And here we are. Should we take another break, should we? I'm saying we should take another break. I haven't chosen the song I want to play on the break, so I lie. So please just keep talking while I find the song, like my job.
What have you been listening to this week, Gab?
What have I been listening to this week?
Yeah.
So Hospitality, which is a drum and bass record label, released an album called Sick Music 2019, which is the best drum and bass tracks out right now.
Really, right now.
And that's
It's
what I've
only
been
been like a
listening
month.
to. See, this is the thing in drum and bass, right? They'll release songs, well, not release, but play songs during festival season.
Right.
And no one will know the name of it or anything like that until like around January time
I
when they
see.
start like dropping the new stuff.
I see.
So for example, that song I was talking about, Police in Helicopter, I've been hearing it since like
Since summer.
August,
Right.
and it got released like last week.
Oh.
So like we wait for things to be released in
Right.
drum and
so
bass.
how's it
a
work?
lot.
Do you like? Is it the artist that are playing it, or do DJs get sent?
So with this specific track by Benny L, he dropped it at Boomtown, which is the first time I heard it, and then other DJs catch on, they start to play it as well, and then it's called like a bootleg.
Right. Okay. Yeah.
And amongst DJs, we can only actually get hold of that track if another DJ sends it to
Yes,
us,
you.
which is
Right.
pretty cool.
Right. That is
And then no one hears the
How
track,
does
no one
the
owns the
bootleg-
track.
How does the bootleg work?
So the artist who's made it or the producer has this track and they distribute it themselves, and then that then
Okay,
gets
okay.
distributed and distributed.
A
Normally,
bootleg sounds like pirated or something.
well, you know, some people have rip raw versions, but none. We don't play that way. You know, everything's legal. But yeah, so for example, if I have a bootleg of a song that someone else likes, who has a bootleg of a song that I want, we might do a little trade, and then yeah, it's pretty cool. But yeah, no, Sick Music, Hospitality. It's a very good album with a lot of really, really good drum and bass on there. It's
What's it
good
called again?
Sick Music.
Sick Music 2019.
Sick Music 2019 by Hospitality DMB record
I will
label.
check that out.
Loads of liquid on there.
Yo, you know what we didn't talk about? We didn't talk about baby XXX Tentacion.
Oh.
The legend is reborn. Yo, he's been transformed into a child and he's reborn for us again.
Yeah, congratulations to the
Praise-
mother, obviously. Like,
Praise
yeah.
Jose.
Praise
I feel like I just had to include that little shit
yeah,
post
no,
for you.
congratulations to the mother
Also-
of that baby. Like,
Also,
congratulations to the baby. Like, life is great. Welcome. Yeah.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday. Facts.
I don't know if I talked about this last week, but there's a members only tape that came out. Like I think it was last week, just last week. Really?
But I've heard really bad things about it.
They named it XXX Tentacion Presents, and they're just still milking the sky. I thought it would have died off by now.
Wait, members only.
Yeah, you say, yeah,
They're eating off it.
yeah.
Wait, members only is a what? Please explain what members only is for our
It's,
audience,
yeah, it's
including
collective,
me. That doesn't know what that is.
Including Ski Mask. I couldn't even tell you who else was in there, honestly.
It's just, it's collective.
Is Ski Mask still affiliated with X? I thought they had like a fight.
Yeah,
like,
he's still like
And
members
then
only.
they
So.
became friends again.
yeah.
Yeah, you know.
Okay, that's good then.
Is Juice WRLD in that collective?
I don't think so.
Well,
Juice World.
Juice WRLD.
You have to say like you're gargling on juice.
I still see your shadows in my room.
Exactly. Say it how he
That's
sings.
about
That's how you should say the
They're
name Juice
really
WRLD.
still running with this whole X thing.
yeah, crazy.
Because they know it's just gonna get streamed. People are gonna go listen to it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, listen, man, get that money. Is the album good at all? Have you heard of that? Has
No,
anyone
not
heard
my
anything, even a single?
particular
Not
cup
someone
of
listen to,
tea.
yeah.
Well, if XXX Tentacion and Ski Mask, I don't even know how. So how does XXX presenting it?
He doesn't.
Does he have songs on it?
That's the thing about people owning your masters, I guess, that they can just
You heard the fuck.
all of your little drafts. And
Because
shit.
at this point, everything that's unreleased from X is
Yeah.
unreleased for a reason. Could we stop? Like, we shouldn't
No,
just take out his
it's-
bad
it's
vocal
just really
tracks
not-
and his.
it's really not
It's
gonna
like what
stop. They're
Drake
just
did
gonna
with the
keep
Michael
using it
Jackson
until
thing.
It's like what Drake did with the Michael Jackson thing.
Uh-huh.
Like it's not this deep. It's okay. He's dead. He has music, and I appreciate the music that like life is beautiful because it's finite. People, let's not stop trying to immortalize. Not immortalize. That's not the word. But stop trying to what's it called? Chase ghosts. It's okay. Just enjoy the music he did give you. It's fine. Like I don't want to hear an unreleased Biggie. Yeah, it's unreleased for a reason. And like you know what I mean. Biggie didn't release this because he stuttered. Yeah, that's okay. You can keep that off the sample. But yeah, I'm gonna play some Janelle Monáe because I am who I am. And yeah, we'll be back. Yeah, calm. We're back. Shout out to Lauryn Hill. Let's take her down because copyrights. Shout out to YouTube.
We're trying to catch no cases.
We're not trying to catch no cases. I think if I played just 2 seconds of
Don't
that song,
sue
YouTube
us.
would be like,
Yeah, I do want to mention like how sophisticated YouTube is. That like the first episode of this I uploaded with all the music in the file still, in the audio still, and it flagged up every single song and put a timestamp, and it's just insane. It's very
like 30
impressive.
minutes, right?
But yeah,
the time-
Universal Media Group or UMG, whatever that stands for, they will get you. They will get you.
They will get you. You
You know
cannot
who's
hide.
also really strict as well? Kanye West, whoever he's signed to, trying to find his music on YouTube is actually really hard. I don't know why. Oddly, yeah.
Right?
Weird.
As you know, it's good music just on job, apparently.
Yeah.
No, but you can find a lot of Kanye songs on music on YouTube now. You can find Ye on YouTube easily. You can find Daytona. You can find Kitsy Ghost. You can
This
find
is
Life
true.
of Pablo. YouTube is...
You can't know. Life of Pablo is hard to find.
Can you not find Life of
on
Pablo on
YouTube.
YouTube?
Nah, I don't think so.
No?
Nah.
Yeah.
Am I bugging? I'm bugging. Fair enough. I'm
Yeah.
thinking of the other ones then. But still, you can find quite a... Like, you can find
I've
Jesus
seen
on
Kitsy
YouTube.
Ghost like full album, like just
Easy.
one video.
Yeah, it's 7 songs. I listen to it all the bro. I listen to it when I shower. It's like to get me in the mood of life is not that deep. It's alright. shout out to Linton. Stay there.
Man.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, this is our sign off period of the show. We'll have to say our goodbyes, our tearful. You know, we've had a great show, I think. Thank you so
It's been
much.
fantastic.
Yeah, right. I had a great
Love
time.
to do it again.
Thank you. I appreciate it. I'd love to have you again.
We got out of our because usually we talk about hip hop as well, like and stuff. But, like,
Yes.
today we spoke about new genres.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
I
think
think-
it's important to be, but you know,
Clear
like,
palettes, you know?
I agree.
Variety, it's important.
that's true. And also, black culture is more than just hip hop. You know what I
Absolutely.
mean? And it's a lot of, as we can obviously tell, a lot of us are passionate about a lot of other stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Next time we should talk about jazz, and that's how we get to
Oh,
my song of the
yes.
week. Smooth transition.
Yes.
Yes, Alice Coltrane is my song of the week. Well, Alice Coltrane is the writer of my song, or was the writer of my song of the week. The song of the week is called, I'm gonna mispronounce this, it's a Hindu term, Turiya and Ramakrishna. Those are it's two, I don't know, it's two Hindu, I don't know if they're Hindu, but it's two characters in Hindu culture, I think. Right. That's the name of the song. Anyway, it's a song by Alice Coltrane, who's John Coltrane's wife. John Coltrane, one of the best musicians that ever lived. Alice Coltrane is up there for me too, because her stuff is more psychedelic and calm. I love her music, and that song is perfect. If you're studying, that song will keep you sane. So yeah, anyone that needs that recommendation, please take it. That chick, she make great music. Yeah, we okay. I think I like music more than people. But
I can relate to
right.
that. Yeah.
Well, we'll see. I'm on the fence. Maybe as I get older, I'll start liking people more or less. I'm excited to see what. Yeah.
Less as you get older.
I'm so excited to see what 25-year-old me looks like, or hates,
Then you
or
ever
loves.
think about like how your music taste is gonna like mature and evolve as well.
Absolutely. I do think though I've reached the point where in the future I wouldn't hate what I used to listen to, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
I'll just be like, it's not for me now. But like I legitimately hate. But it's not like
how far back do you have to go now to be in territory that you hate?
14, 15.
14?
15.
What were you listening to at 14, 15?
What was it? Exactly.
You even know?
No, it's not that I don't know. It's just like it's whatever poppy shit. Not all of it. Not all of it. I was a J. Cole fan at that time. I liked Frank Ocean a bit at that time, but I wasn't huge into anything. That's the thing. So I listen to a lot of stuff that's just like, you know what I mean? Just vague nonsense.
I used to be really into Eminem. If I go back far enough, like where it's really bad, is like I used to listen, like the first shit I used to listen to was like McFly and like Busted, like boy bands and shit. Yeah, like peak pop music. And like Nickelback, because I had a Nickelback album. Fucking
I
weird.
love
Yeah.
Nickelback.
Nickelback
is great, man.
Not so much anymore. But I always used to listen to Gorillaz. So that's been, in fact, more recently I don't like them, but the old shit still is good. Still stands up. But yeah, like Eminem, don't really fuck with Eminem. But
We still fuck with the old Eminem stuff. Can I talk?
No, 'cause
Oh, I
was listening
almost
to Eminem
forgot.
after he fell off anyway.
Can we talk about the Boogie Eminem meme? Have you guys seen this? The Eminem feature that was so bad that the meme overtook the whole buzz of the whole album. So Eminem has a feature. Is there a way to Google the lyrics of the Eminem feature on that song? There's a line where he goes, this is not a joke, by the way. Like a, what's it called? What does he say? Like a herd of fucking sheep, fuck what you heard. Something like that. Like, it was weird. It was so, like, and that's the way he starts. Exactly. And he doesn't do the normal, like, stupid staccato flow he has, but he still does some really dumb. Can we just please Google the
bad
Boogie?
for about 10 years.
Just Eminem Boogie. It's called Rainy Days, I think.
Like a Welsh shepherd, fuck what you heard.
Is that what it is? That it?
I don't know, but there could be.
Please. It's called Rainy Days. I will talk about. I think we should. That's how we should end this show. Break down these lyrics one by one. Like Eminem.
Genius.
Yo, what happened?
He's been whack. He's like maybe
Eminem is a great argument for the thing you said about Jay-Z. Like sometimes you need to just stop.
Yeah.
He's a great argument for
I
that.
said
like,
that, but you
Jesus.
guys said that like that wasn't
Because Jay-Z never got bad. That's why I think he shouldn't stop.
That
Like,
wasn't.
If you can make
I
great.
don't mean it in the sense that like bad. It's just like you've contributed enough. No one to stop. But honestly,
But
not.
if I would agree with you.
What?
If I thought that
Okay.
Jay-Z was falling off.
So I guess say what you would say.
I would agree with him if Jay-Z was like going downhill at this point already, but he's not.
Yeah, exactly. There's no doubt. There's no. Well, the closest thing we've had to a downhill slope, I would say, and I still even really do like this album, is Magna Carta. So
That was a great album.
I do really like it, but it is like a lot of people consider it a slump. To me, that's what they keep on saying. Like they say it was, you know what I mean, the very artsy Jay-Z stuff. I liked it. It was very epic sounding. Yeah, right.
It had some great production on that album.
It did.
Great production.
One of my
Tom
favorites.
Ford. Fuck with me, now I got
Tom
it.
Ford,
What?
yes.
My favorite song of that album is Blessings.
Even a Crown.
I
That was
see.
like
That's a
Travis
good one
Scott.
too.
Travis Scott's first like little
Yeah.
stick his head out in the rap game.
It was an epic album, but
Yeah, man.
I don't know.
Everybody says
Everybody,
they don't like the album.
yeah.
I'm onto you.
So let's read this Eminem, kids. This is like a bedtime story. I left my legacy hurt, fucking absurd. Starts off okay. Like a shepherd having sex with a sheep. Fuck what you heard.
Okay.
All this talk in my ear, I got an idea. Like the clerk where you try to buy beer, I got an idea.
Oh.
This is so bad.
No, he doesn't even say I got an idea. It's the ad lib. The ad lib says idea, just in case you didn't get like that's
This-
what it was talking
I
about.
need to remind you guys that this man is 45 years of age.
Shout out to Rob, by
He
the way. I
thinks
want to
he's
see how
on
Rob
some,
defends
like-
this shit.
He thinks he's on some Dr. Zeus shit, but
swear to God.
he's not. There's some weird fine line between what he's doing and
What is that line? What is the
you know what it
X
is?
factor?
It's
Wit?
No, it's how he thinks he's fucking dead serious, whereas Dr. Zeus knows he's a fucking children's writer and he's writing a goofy ass book. Eminem's writing a goofy ass Barbie. He thinks he's being sick.
Yeah, like he's breaking your mind.
Yeah.
I love when he cuts the beat in his songs now too. It's like, oh yeah, yeah,
Oh.
get him,
I feel the people in the circle should be telling him like, bro, listen, we all know what you were, you know, but you
Shut
lost
down.
it. Okay, you lost it.
Would you
So,
tell him that if you knew him?
Honestly, if that was my friend, I swear to God, I'll tell him. That's your friend.
Right?
That's your friend. If anything,
See, okay, y'all are on record now. I want to hear all
Oh,
this. Keep
yeah,
the same
no, for
energy
real,
when
for
y'all
real,
know
for
some
real.
artists that are
For real,
big, that
for
are
real.
about to
You always gotta keep
slip
it real,
off
'cause
the.
if you don't tell him, like that's more fucked up.
So why don't they tell him? Like, there's not all of them. Okay, let's remove the
They
shitty
probably
friends
got
ones.
bills to pay, and this guy's gonna be paying him.
So let's remove the shitty friend ones. Like Dre has no reason not to tell him this.
Dre, I don't know.
I don't know how close they are to Dre,
like,
but
okay, not to say that Tyler's one of his close friends, but Tyler's been saying like, yo, this guy's been making music for like a decade. Bad music for a decade. And then instead of saying like, okay, like not saying that he has to agree with him, whatever, but like he wasn't like very. He
said
didn't
the
like
homophobic
that.
thing about
he
it,
didn't
right?
like the fact that
Yeah.
Tyler said that.
Eminem's the kind of guy you say that to him, he'd be like, "Fuck you," and then he stops talking to you or whatever. That's why I feel like you won't be able to tell him.
continuing the flow. Fuck it. I thought this might be a good time to put "Woke Me to Rockabye." I got the bottle of NyQuil right here, right here. That's the ad lib. You want me to sleep to wake? You want the sleep me to wake? You want Sleep Shady EP? That's on the CD cover. Sucking my mirror. I don't even know what that motif is. I don't know what's happening here.
Get
I was
this man off the stage.
it's not. This is not me. Like yo, this is not me saying. I don't think Eminem should stop making music.
You should. I'm gonna say that much.
You know, I think he should take a break. That's what
He's-
should happen.
he's
I don't
just
think he should
done.
stop.
He's done enough.
He took a break. He took a break. He shouldn't have come back.
Did he take a break? Wait,
Yeah,
well, how long
he's
was that
constantly
break?
retiring. Eminem, like a couple times, he's like, I'm done. Then he comes back and
It's not the same.
yeah, it's not the same every time.
Well, speaking of things that are the same and even better, let's talk about Young Justice. Young Justice has been blowing my mind consecutively for 3 weeks. They had a great storyline, great editing, great storytelling. If anybody cares about cartoons and animation, Young Justice is the one.
I have no idea what that is.
Okay, so it's a cartoon, yeah, anime. It's like the members of the Justice League that aren't the Justice League. It's like Teen Titans, but are more adult. But they're pretty good. It's a really well-written show. It is. And yeah, if you were disappointed by, is it Netflix's Teen Titans or Titans? Because they can't be called the Teen Titans.
Oh yeah, it's not on Netflix.
What is
they,
it?
They recently put it on
CW?
Netflix, but yeah, it's something.
Yeah.
I forget. It's whatever.
Did you finish it?
No,
Yeah. Could you not stomach it?
it wasn't awful, but it was so mediocre. It's it's one of them ones where it's just like I could deal without it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, shout out to Art.
That was art.
Yeah.
I was
oh,
witnessing, and that's part of the problem.
yeah. Can something be art if there's no personality to it?
Yeah.
That's like a legitimate question. I think so. It's
I think it could be an aesthetic, but I'm not sure if it can be art. That's from
Well,
my
what's an
philosophy
aesthet-
background.
What is an aesthetic that has
So
no
I would-
personality?
So I would say an aesthetic is just any sensory experience. Literally any sensory experience. So something that you read, something that you write, something that you hear, something that you can feel. That's what I would say an aesthetic is. Actually, little fact, the term art was never actually coined until after the French Revolution, which was really interesting. And that's because as part of the French Revolution, what they did, which was really, really bad, was they would take a lot of sacred art and they put it into a museum, which was called, at the time, a white box of no context. And that's how art became art, because you took something that had a use and you de-instrumentalized it and made it simply something that's up to be perceived. So the term art wasn't actually used until after the French Revolution, which I find, from a a fan of like art and music, that's really interesting.
That is interesting.
Yeah.
Well, if that's the original meaning of it, then what's say that again? A white
So-
box with no context.
So that's the
a
museum.
beautiful
That's the
quote for that,
definition
by
of
the way.
like the museum supposedly is the white box of no context, and something only becomes art once you take it out of its use and put it into the white box of no context. When all it is there is just something that's down to perception and an experience. Yeah, exactly.
Well, by that definition, then then something without no personality is still art, because then it's in fact that has the most no context out of everything, because it's
Good
just
point, yeah. It's cool, right?
Yeah, it's a lot of people's lives. The thing is, even on the shittiest shows, a lot of talented people somehow end up working there, like because talented people range, and it's not only the director, it's not only the cinematographer. Sometimes you have a fantastic grip on set, or you know what I mean, and they spend their lives on shows like that, and it turns out no one cares. Why can studios stop doing this? Stop just like raping our nostalgia. Do something with the talent you have. Like that's, I can't imagine that experience working on something just like nobody's gonna care about this. But I probably shouldn't say that on air because I'm trying to work in the industry.
Did we talk about the Kim Possible remake?
Can we talk about that a little bit?
Did we talk about that last week or no?
I think we did a little bit. That it just looks like trash.
Yeah,
This
talking
trailer.
about
I've still not seen that trailer.
destroying nostalgia. I just wanted to say that.
Yeah, they're doing a Daria remake, I think, MTV. And
Yeah,
MTV,
they
please don't do
are.
a Daria remake. Please. Please, MTV, leave Daria alone.
It is too
Daria.
late to cancel it.
Huh?
It is too late to cancel.
God damn it.
Do you remember Celebrity Deathmatch on MTV?
No.
Do you remember that? Where they used to have like it was like an animation but with clay figures. Yeah. So like all the celebrities at the time, they'll get them to like fight each other and like they'll make a lot of like current references and stuff. I don't know why they didn't bring that back. I swear down, like, because now more than ever, this guy's beefing that guy. This person has a problem with this person, so they can really make like a really funny show out of it.
See, just hire Fahad. Just do other
broke. I
things.
need this
Just
money.
leave Daria alone. Daria was like meant for the 90s, built from the 90s. That show exists so much in the 90s. I can't imagine, and I hate this word, but I'm gonna have to use it, a millennial version of Daria. The ironic detachment is not the same anymore. Even irony is ironic now. I don't know how to explain it. It's too gross. I can't imagine what it's going to sound like. It's going to be obnoxious. I might be wrong, and I'm always open to be wrong with these. But I'm normally not. And it's like, MTV now just sucks. And I don't know who's writing for them. That's a horrible thing to say. I'm sure there's talented writers for MTV. But like, I don't...
But they kind of lost it a little.
Exactly. And Daria was such a passion project for the person that was like, who created the character. It spawned for the Beavis and Butthead thing. People loved her so much. They would like give the artist that, is in charge of her some money. And they did. And it was it's a very personal show. It's a show about like being detached so much that you're even detached from your parents even though you can't love them. Small things like that. Like, how do you capture that again? It's lightning in the bottle, leave it alone. Speaking of which, don't remake Ghostbusters with the old people from the original Ghostbusters. Can we not?
Don't do that.
Can we not? Okay. Like, the thing? As much hate as that movie got, the all-female version of Ghostbusters is not a bad idea. The problem is Kevin Feige is not an action director. He's not a horror director. He's not a thriller director. So he basically remade Bridesmaids, but with what's his name? With but they're Ghostbusters, so it looks like they're wearing costume. The movie kind of sucks, but that's not the fault of the women in the movie. Let that be. You tried it. It's okay. It's not that it's a bad director. Ghostbusters is, pun intended, dead. Let it be okay. That movie was such a weird mistake. Because that movie was being written while like half of the writers were on cocaine on set. Like some of the scripts were being written on set for the shot like they were going to do. It's such a weird movie that came together and it just works. And it's just its own little thing. And it's perfect because it means nothing. And it's a weird movie, but it's good. Leave it alone. Ghostbusters 2 sucked. The remake, I think it was a 3, that sucked. The animated series, I've not seen it. I hear it sucks. What's it called? The female version sucked. Leave them alone. Don't bring Bill Murray's aging caskets or whatever the hell and like put him on stage with like young makeup. They're gonna do a young flashback scene, and they're gonna
his face digitally.
Yeah, exactly. So it doesn't feel, so it doesn't remind you of the existential fear of aging and death. You're watching this movie to escape. Just remove, can you leave it alone? Make good movies, people. Speaking of which, support the Attila movie. That movie looks weird and interesting. Like, support interesting art, even though it's big budget.
New Tarantino film's coming out this year.
Really? I thought he said he was done making movies.
No, he's making one about Charles Manson.
I'm excited to see what that's.
I'm very
Yeah,
excited.
yeah, I'm excited.
That just topic is very. It's a very interesting one.
Yeah,
Very
and
interesting
if
one.
anyone was gonna do a violent serial killer movie,
Yeah, it's very
Tarantino's
interesting.
not
So
a
yeah,
bad
exactly.
idea.
It's got I think he's got DiCaprio in it. I don't know who plays.
Hmm.
He's also got someone else quite big. I've forgotten.
Yeah.
That's coming out. Also, Scorsese has another film coming out this year.
What's it called?
The Irishman or something like that.
Mm.
And it has Robert De Niro, aka the
Nice.
greatest actor of all time. In it.
One of them. He's up
The
there.
greatest actor of all time. But I mean, that's coming out this year. So there should be a couple decent films this year.
Yeah, I mean, one I'm looking. I mean, it already came out in the festival scene, but you know, shout out to Colchester. There's no film festivals here. We love this town. Kill me. There's no film festivals here at all, or even near. I mean, London. I guess there's film festivals there. Anyway, if Bill Street could talk, I saw a movie by the director of Moonlight, one of my favorite movies of 2016. When did it come out? 2016. That movie is beautiful. That movie is emotional art. And another movie of mine it's like a little favorite of mine that very few people have watched, but please do check it out. Medicine for Melancholy. I named an article slightly because of that. Like, I love that movie. It's such a weird, not a weird, such a simple, subtle movie. That movie is like sensuality, the movie. I don't know how to explain it. It's about,
It's a cool description.
yeah, it is, because it's about, I mean, I say yeah, it is. I mean, thank you, because it's true. Because it's like, it's about someone, this girl cheats on her boyfriend on a one night stand, right? The guy that would like, what's it called, that does one night stand with, really likes her, finds her, and they have a day together, and they have the most sensual, ridiculous,
boyfriend, man.
small,
Poor boyfriend.
Paul, yeah, but we don't see the character. We see him over the phone, and it's like an art collector and white.
You should know I'm here
like,
for him.
yeah, it's actually a huge part of the story. It's interesting. It's a beautiful movie, and one of classiest sexies I've ever seen in my life. So shout out to that movie. If Bill Street Could Talk looks like art, even the trailer for that movie, like gives me emotions. This movie is gonna be consistently, and he's a black director. I know. Support black enterprise and black directors with interesting stories to tell. Also, speaking of which, Steve McQueen, please make a movie.
Yo, did you watch Sorry to Bother You?
Yes, amazing.
I
movie.
watched that over Christmas with my parents. Actually, I was like, "Yo, you should watch this film. It's interesting."
It's very
And
absurd.
The twist, the twist in that film, like that. Whoa, that
No
caught me
spoilers.
off guard. Yeah, no
Yeah.
spoilers, but yeah, watch that film. It's very interesting, very surreal direction, and there's a lot of interesting things in there.
Also, the main actor, I forgot what his name is. He was in.
Lakeith Stanfield.
Thank you. Lakeith Stanfield is a very talented guy. Please, let's keep looking out for him and put him in more stuff,
Yeah.
because he's good in everything he's in. He has this weird, detached melancholy. It's great. It's like if Isaiah Rashad was acting. In my head, I don't know why that fits in my head, but it reminds me of that. This like weird detachedness. Was it? No, it wasn't in Black Panther. He was in
He, he's Darius in Atlanta.
yeah. Or
And
like
he's
in
in
the
Get Out,
scene
he's
in
the
Get
guy
Out
out.
where the guy got flashed. Yeah, starts bleeding. Yeah, he's really good at what he does. That's a great find of an actor. And yeah, I think that's where we end. Does anyone have any other movie recommendations? No. Well, we've done music, we've done movies. What else can we ask for, man?
Everything, man.
Thank you so much, Gabby.
Sunset Overdrive. That's a game I've been playing recently.
Yeah?
Just so we can cover all the bases.
Damn.
Yo, step up.
Step up to the mic, Dante.
Step up.
Talk, bro. Talk your truth.
You know, yeah, okay, real quick. When this game came out, there was like negative reviews for it and shit, so I didn't play it at the time. But I'm playing it now, right? Insomniac developed that game before they developed Spider-Man. Yeah. They developed that game before they developed Spider-Man, right? And you can see exactly why they got the pitch for that game. Like the movement mechanics in Sunset Overdrive are near identical.
But the
There's so
gameplay
much.
is terrible, bro.
Really? Why though?
It's just shocking, bro. It's just repetitive.
Please talk to the mic, Dante. If you're gonna talk, like let the audience hear you.
Yeah,
Bro.
For those who can't hear, he's just disagreeing. But
He's disagree.
he's always
Yeah.
saying
He
shit.
said the mechanics of the game is blah blah
so-
blah. What do you mean?
The game's just trash, bro. Just don't
Right.
don't want it.
Yeah, well, I didn't buy it, so. don't
What did you?
worry.
What? Wow. Okay. Well. Yeah.
So-
ladies and gentlemen,
Yeah.
we got him. Yeah. Okay. Sunset Overdrive. We have a disagreement here. Yeah.
It's cool. Don't
It's
worry
cool.
about it.
Yeah. You sure? You're not gonna catch a body after the show? Was we good?
Not on air. You
No,
don't talk about
yeah,
it.
exactly. We've already upped out one of your criminal activities
Yeah, for real.
by mistake. And yeah, good night, everybody. Have a good whatever.
Bye.
Yeah. It's
Thank you
4:20
very
somewhere.
much.
Enjoy that.
Ciao.
Pleasure having you.
Peace.